Who's seen one of these before? Because I kind of wandered into it looking for something else. So we see a lot of made in the USA, a lot of made in China, some made in Japan, made in Italy, even some made in Pakistan, but made in New Zealand. That's a new one for me. So what we have here is the Svord Peasant knife. Now, what it really is, it's a big friction folder, but it's simple materials, it's a simple knife. It's only available to first-class peasants, so I guess that makes me at least first-class in something, right? And I saw it and said, we've got to try this thing out. Here it is. Now this one, has it has a plastic handle. They make them in other, versions and editions. I just really like the green. So now this has a lot to read. And if you read this, you could actually play a pretty good drinking game of how many times do they say the word peasant in it. Seriously. And it says peasant a lot of times. But here's it looks like a pepper. It looks like a pepper. So the steel, now they don't actually tell you what the steel is. They say it's a special proprietary, it's some kind of steel. It's a carbon-based steel. I don't exactly know what it is, but if we open this guy up, and again, simple friction folder design. I love the look of it because it shows a kind of a rustic sort of finished but unfinished, just finished enough. It's got a beautiful convex edge on it. And I have the camera positioned, to avoid as many shadows as I can because it's kind of a late in the day video, so that's going to affect also the way the sun hits the blade so you can see. But I mean, it's heat treated and then ground, and so it's got some really nice grind lines, but it's also a very, like I said, finished, but forged finished look, not like a big production line kind of finished look. Very simple construction in there too. So you've got a couple pins, you've got a stop pin in the middle, and then these plastic handles. They're not just scales, this is the whole thing. Like I said before, this comes in different models. You can get it bigger, smaller, comes with wood. This happens to be, these are about 1/8 of an inch thick. I have some jade G10 slabs that are the perfect thickness, and I'm just toying with the idea of redoing this whole thing in G10 in jade. I don't know, I may or I may not. Now this blade size, I'll put the specs in. This might be a little bit big for world carry, but they have ones that are sized perfectly for world carry as well. No locking, blade size, blade measurement that fits. Some countries actually do have rules about one-handed opening knives, and I don't know if this would count as a one-hand. I mean, technically you could open with one hand, but it's fairly comfortable. It's not, there's nothing fancy about it, but it's shaped nicely. And it's, friction full. It's very, it's not quite Higo no Kami style, but it's the same concept. And the design goes back 300-400 years in Europe. This is a knife design as old as folding knives go. So, a little humid out here. Let's see how that affects the cutting money test. I guess it doesn't affect it at all. Very nice. Looks like there's actually a little burr or something right on the edge there. But I mean, a convex edge is one of the best slicing edges you can get. I stopped doing the 550 cord test because people said they didn't think it was relevant, but I'm doing it again because people have said why'd you stop? We want to see it. So here we go. Here's the slice. Did you see it? You don't even get to run it down the 550 cord. It cuts before you can even do it. And it's a fairly clean cut there. Let's do the pull through. Nice. Very nice. Push right through. Oh, that one didn't. There we go. Oh, not bad. For pocket. They say stuff about hang it from your belt. I don't know, you hang it from that little thing. this is kind of a, friction folders is pretty cool. This is how Tough Thumbs, when he went into making his own line, that's where he started, was friction folders. He got some tough looking friction folders, you know. I like that it looks. I like that it looks like a pepper. So I think it's in the $25 range on Amazon, and it was Prime, so free delivery and everything. Just an interesting thing I thought we'd take a look at, because, you know, we've got the cool Patreon team that lets me have some extra channel funding to look at some interesting stuff that maybe normally I wouldn't. So I don't know, is this something that we'd be interested in a giveaway with? You know, I think what I'll actually do is I might get another one of these. I might do a giveaway just with the Patreon guys to put this in one of their hands to see what they think of it, and have them report back to the rest of our little Patreon team group. But maybe I'll get another one and do like a channel giveaway with it. Get it in someone's hands and see what they think. It's a little stiff because there's nothing in there. There's no washers or anything. Now some of them come with washers. They even have a do-it-yourself kit that you can put together yourself and everything. But this is a pretty cool, I think, little friction folder knife. And you know what? I just think it's interesting that it's made in New Zealand. When do you ever see that made in New Zealand? You know. So I just figured we'd take a look and see what you guys think. Here is your Svord Peasant knife, the knife that the peasant class walked around with, unlike the Inigo Montoya type sword. Yeah, what do you guys think? Tell me, give me your comments. Something you would like to see? Would you like it more with like the wood handle rather than the plastic scale, or do you think it would? I think it would look cool with like a jade scale. I do. And maybe maybe more of an acid wash. I don't know, but I'm just thinking. I'm always looking at stuff thinking, well, how can I customize it? What can I do with it? Anyway, yeah, your comments, guys. What do you think of this? Have you seen this? Has anybody tried this? Anybody carry one? Anybody have one? I'm just curious. So, thanks again to the Patreon dudes, because this came directly out of the Patreon fund. I can tell you that for sure. And I love my Patreon team. They let me do a lot of stuff that you guys see. So. But that doesn't mean I sure don't appreciate all the rest of you guys watching this channel and keeping it going, because without you there'd be no channel. So remember, I appreciate every single one of you. You are all absolutely awesome, and I will be back again real soon.